You sit there and say it's confidential, and it's not. You're just making it up to protect your officers, and it's shameful. You should be. You're shameful.
Cops are surely the most protected people in America, but things can get incredibly tense when they encounter their nemesis, a knowledgeable auditor. Watch as these officers stumble and get completely dismantled by sharp, well-informed auditors who know their rights inside and out. In 2021, LAPD officer Jose Rivera, while off duty, would drive around late at night harassing an individual verbally, William Good. The man being harassed then filed a complaint against the officer, whose identity he wasn't even aware of at the time. The man then went to the Hollywood station, where he tried to identify the officer who was messing with him. But over there, he ran into a couple of other cops who were no better than Jose.
I can't give you that information.
Why can't you?
I can't.
Why? I mean, you tell me why. You have to tell me a reason. Is there a specific code?
Because I can't.
I mean, but tell me why. I mean, that's something that the arbitrary. It means something because you just don't feel like doing it.
No, but
okay, so tell me why. You say you can't. Why? Is there something written that says you can't?
okay, so this way I can't give it to you.
Is there something written down that says you can't?
These are definitions.
I want you to write it down and tell me exactly the reason why you can't. I mean, you have to give me an explanation. You can't just say, I can't. Well, why?
I'm giving you guidance here.
The guidance isn't helping. You told me to go to OIG. You don't even know what the function is of OIG. I mean, seriously. You're a sergeant. You don't even understand the function.
He was just protecting his officer without any justifiable reason. He doesn't even care for the citizen and his well-being.
So, I mean, this is basic stuff. So you tell me to go to OIG. Now you're saying you can't. Why? Why can't you?
I'm telling you.
I know you're telling me, but I'm asking you, why can't you? You can say you can't. Listen, you're a sergeant. You can. Why? Martinez, why?
Because I can't.
Why? Who said you can't?
Because it's confidential, sir. These investigations are...
I didn't ask for a confidential. A person harassed me on the street, a private individual, again, a private citizen, not in uniform, private citizen.
So he was a private citizen.
Did it against me, a private citizen.
Correct.
And you people, the LAPD, became aware. If this was any other situation, if this person was not an LAPD officer, if this was a person that lived across the street, you'd give that information to the complainant.
The supervisor had no real answers, and he just seemed hell-bent on making an embarrassment out of himself.
Who wants to file both a crime report and also get a restraining order? I want to file a restraining order. You're trying to tell me I'm not allowed to get that information. I have an officer that is repeatedly going out here harassing you. And I have on tape, and your own department says, yeah, he did it. And I'm not allowed to know who he is so I can get a restraining order against said off-duty officer? And if so, why? I mean, you gotta give me something. This is gonna play out really well. This is gonna look really nice, so tell me why.
It'll look nice, sir.
Tell me why. I mean, I'm
not gonna argue with you. We're going in circles here.
You're just not answering. Why?
I did answer you, because I can't. That's my final
I have an
answer.
off-duty officer who's out here harassing. Michael Moore says he's deeply embarrassed by this officer, but I can't know the officer's name. I can walk out here right now, this guy's going to keep on harassing me. I have him on tape, and you say I can't tell you who he is. This is the LAPD for you. You proud of this, Martinez? You proud of this for him? You proud of this? You proud of this? I mean, the way you protect these officers and the way you sit there and say it's confidential, and it's not. You're just making it up to protect your officers, and it's shameful. You should be. You're shameful.
I'm not arguing with you.
You're not arguing. There isn't an argument. It's shameful.
Is there anything else I can do, sir?
I think we're going to have to make sure your family's ashamed.
William Good, the victim, then contacted the department chief to try to get him to reveal the evil officer's identity. Still, he refused to speak as expected and just referred to him to the Internal Affairs Captain, Captain Shaw, who also wasn't willing to speak about the matter. Months later, William spotted a truck resembling that of the officer who harassed him. However, the officer fled to avoid being identified, but William captured his license plate on camera. He identified the officer as Jose Rivera Jr. A year later, William received a complaint disposition form confirming that the complaint was sustained, though the officer's name still wasn't disclosed. Jose Rivera was eventually given a 5-day suspension. Up next, we have another set of cops who tried to cover up their mistakes behind the scenes instead of holding themselves accountable for them.
He redacted that footage on purpose to protect PC land. They're trying to hide evidence.
In January 2024, an auditor named James was in downtown Toronto when he noticed a film crew from Global News recording the entrance of the police service, 52 Division. However, when he began filming the scene himself, he realized...
We got Global News here as well, so this should be pretty interesting. See if they kick me out, or him, or both of us, or one of us, or we'll see how it goes down. So what's going on today, brother?
Just talking about the cops at the bridge on the weekend.
Oh, okay. They're coming out for an interview?
Yeah, now we're doing lives.
Oh, okay.
Shortly after he arrived, a vehicle pulled into the parking entrance and stopped completely. Constable McGivern emerged from the car to confront James.
The other guy looked very confused. Good, how are you?
Can I ask you what you're doing?
Yeah, just taking some picture and video
Of who?
of just everything I can see. Sorry, can I get your name?
Why are you standing right here, though?
Can I get your name?
Not yet. I want to ask you what you're doing.
Okay, well, if you don't want to give me your name, I don't want to talk to you.
Are you filming cars coming and going? Is that what you're doing?
Can I get your name?
Are you filming cars coming and going from this police facility?
Can I get your name, sir?
I asked you a question first.
Do I have to answer you?
No, you don't have to answer.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day, random guy.
Surprisingly, this brief, seemingly harmless encounter would evolve into quite a bizarre case.
Let me just show you guys something, right? Straight from this interaction right here, this guy, look what we have right here. Hey, would you look at that? It's global news. I wonder if cops came out and asked them what they were doing. Here you got this guy, not even on duty yet, harassing me.
After James left the area, the division conspired against him and found his channel. McGivern was so upset that he told his colleagues to arrest him and claimed that he felt harassed, which was amusing since he was the one harassing James. Later in the evening, James came to the building to submit a records request, and he was approached by officers.
I think these officers want to talk to you.
Yeah. What's going on? Alright, so here's the deal. Right now you're getting placed under arrest for criminal harassment, okay?
For criminal harassment?
Yep. Okay. Yep. Do you want me to hold this or you want me to put it somewhere?
Pardon me?
Do you want me to put this somewhere?
Ski with my property.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so right now I'm arresting you for criminal harassment, okay? It's my duty to inform you of the right to retain and instruct counsel at delay. You also have the right to telephone any lawyer you wish. You also have the right to free advice from a legal aid lawyer.
These cops had been waiting for the moment to get hold of him, waiting to jump him at the right moment. But James always had his guard up.
And you're charged with criminal harassment. You're not obliged to say anything in answer to the charge, whatever you say may be given evidence. Do you understand?
Yeah, so just criminal harassment for filming in public?
I'll explain it to you in a minute.
Note that these microphones you see will play a crucial role in the case later. Just wait and see to witness just how badly this plan backfires in the officers' faces.
What's your name again?
I'm under arrest now, right? So.
Yeah, just so I know what we're talking
You do
about.
have to identify
Yeah,
yourself.
James Hanks.
Okay, James, it's Tony.
Pardon me?
Tony's my name, James. That's how people usually interact. They exchange names.
Hi,
Nice to
Tony.
meet you, James.
Just see, let me just call, see where they want.
Are you guys my arresting officers?
Yep. Hey, is Detective Higgins there? Yeah, he gave it to Ian. I'll get the information. Just trying to figure out where they want. If they want us to put them in a car and go from there, or these are the
It's disgusting to see these officers manipulate the law and abuse their power to satisfy their personal grudges. If they put the same effort into actual cases, maybe they'd have a better crime-solving rate.
To go, and that's the charge. I'll see what you think as well.
book him. Okay. Okay.
When you have a sec,
For sure.
and so are you?
Honestly, I have no idea. They just told us to go and arrest him. I'll give you all the information when I get it. Yeah. Just take him out to the back where the car is.
Yeah, just swap.
Yeah. And let me just run the cameras through the car real quick.
James was then taken to the motor pool to be transported, and the way the cops switch up on him there will leave you stunned.
James, right? Yeah. So the full charge is harassment by watching and besetting, okay?
So it's not criminal harassment anymore?
No, it's still under harassment. It's criminal harassment. The criminal charge, harassment by watching and besetting. Yeah.
That sounds like that was watching somebody get changed or something.
The charge would be did without lawful authority and knowing that another person, namely, he'll be a victim in this situation.
One of the rare times that I've seen a victim be the one who initiated the incident.
Explicitly as to whether that person was harassed, engaged in besetting or watching the dwelling house, the place of residence, the workplace, the place of business, a place where basically a victim, namely the victim in this situation would probably be Toronto Police, and caused the said repeat name of victim to reasonably fear.
Sorry to interrupt you. Is it from filming the embassy or the police station?
It's going to be for the police station.
For the police station?
Yeah.
So in Canada, we're not allowed to film the police station? What about the global news guy that was there filming for 2 hours constantly?
It would be for recording vehicles as they enter and exit from the parking garage.
So what if I record people coming in and out of the building?
You could technically be charged, I guess, under the same, by the wording.
That's what global news was doing.
By the wording, if someone wished to lay that charge, I guess they could lay that charge.
Again, I'm not trying to argue with you or be combative or anything. I'm just trying to genuinely understand how in Canada, under the Canadian Charter of Rights, Section 2, Part B, we have the freedom of the press.
The officer had no good explanation for his charges or arrest whatsoever. He was spouting nonsense.
So our criminal investigative team has advised that they wish to seek this charge, so that's why you're arrested. So
That's fine. I will be holding you guys accountable.
That's fine. You can speak to a member of the investigative team too. I'm sure one of them's going to come and talk to you anyways.
Alright. This is a retaliation charge, it seems like, because it was filming.
James was then taken to the jail, and it should be noted that belongings were already bagged up.
Officer, what's James here for?
Good afternoon, staff. Again, this is James. He was observed outside of the station at the members' entrance for the cars to come in and out of the station. He was observed recording on his cell phone with a tripod and some microphones. He was charged with harassment, watching and besetting. He's being brought before you today to prevent the repetition of the offense, to ensure the safety of the victim, and it's an ongoing investigation, so just for investigative purposes as well.
Do you understand why you were arrested?
No.
The only reason they arrested him is because Constable McGivern's ego was hurt.
Okay, is it that you don't understand what harassment is, or you don't agree that you committed that offense?
I know that I was exercising my Canadian Charter rights.
Okay.
Section 2, Part B, freedom of the press.
So it's more that you don't agree with why you were arrested?
Oh, it's more like...
Because I just have to make sure you understand.
My Canadian rights.
No, I believe, I understand that you feel that whatever your actions were.
Global News was on the intersection in front of me recording as well, at the same time I was.
Okay. James, just going to remind you that you're on camera.
I'm stating it for the camera.
If you're stating for the camera, that's fine, but this might, I'm just saying in my experience, it might be better for you to save your side of the story for your lawyer.
For sure.
He was really making a mockery out of any cop he encountered. The cops were looking like utter clowns in front of him.
So the question is, do you understand that it's harassment for watching the setting that you've been arrested for? I understand you don't agree with that.
I understand I've been unlawfully arrested for watching me setting.
Thank you. That's perfect. Now this is a question we ask everyone that comes into police custody. What is your gender and what are your pronouns? Okay. Does that mean...
I'm a man.
A man? Okay, thank you. But James, just so you know, there's a microphone here and your cell phone that won't be with your property.
Shockingly, this was only the beginning of the officer's childish attitude, and things were about to get even worse.
It's an additional charge, okay? I'm just going to give it to you before you go speak to your lawyer, all right? So the additional charge is going to be intimidation by watching and besetting as well, okay? So let's give you your RTC and caution again, and then when you go speak to your lawyer in a moment, or the duty counsel, you can advise them of the additional charge as well.
Sure, how was that intimidating?
That's what they've decided upstairs. I'm just laying the charge.
Who's the complainant? Like, who did that harass?
Pardon me? There's a member of the service who's the complainant. It's all going to be, you'll be able to get that information. Okay? All right, I'm just going to turn my body cam off.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made up another bogus charge or two after this as well.
You know why they made me bail myself out? So they can add these conditions. Do not engage in video, audio recording of any member known to you to be a member of the Toronto Police Service. Just like they've done to all the other auditors who've ever tried to do this in Canada. They're trying to silence us.
When James was released, he was given back all his belongings, except for his already damaged mic.
You get gloves, lighter, car keys, hat, camera with microphone. One mic damage will be seized. Stick attached. Phone okay. Conditioned battery, charger, $5 bill. Bank card, laces, clothing. Car keys removed from property bag and given to Uncle Danny at the request of Mr. Hearn at 20:51 hours.
Okay, so what did you say with the microphones are damaged?
It says camera with microphones, one mic damaged, will be seized. So if you have any questions about that, you can call the division that arrested you. I'll write it down for you on your bill. It's 52 Division.
Yeah, it wasn't damaged.
After his arrest, James set up a GoFundMe to fight the injustice he had faced. And despite it gaining serious traction, it was mysteriously shut down shortly afterward.
Why would GoFundMe do that? Well, let's be real, it was the Toronto police force. They're trying to silence me completely. They're trying to completely knock us auditors off the map in Canada. They'll do it to anybody who asks the questions that they don't want to answer, or investigate stories that they don't want you to investigate. They will shut you down, just like they're trying to shut me down, but not us. They can't silence us. We are gonna fight. We are gonna take this to trial. We are gonna make new case law.
6 months later, all the charges against James were withdrawn, about which the Crown Attorney stated there is no reasonable prospect for conviction. The next month, James himself filed a notice to sue.
On January 8th, I was unlawfully arrested. This is to let you know, it's intent to sue. So essentially, you've been served.
Afterward, James even got his belongings, which the cops refused to give him. He found the broken microphone and confronted the corrupt cops about it.
Sign on the extra for me?
What's that? Did it say that I got it?
Yep.
I want to make sure they work first. I gave them to you in working order. Okay. See, I didn't give that to you like that.
You didn't give it to me.
No, I'm just documenting it, so I can add it to the lawsuit. That's all, sir. And I'd like to make sure that they work as well. Now, there's incriminating evidence against officers on here, so they have reason to destroy it. That's ridiculous. This happened a lot. Broken equipment. People complain about it a lot, or no?
People complain about everything.
You think I have good reason to complain, or no?
I don't judge. But usually people that come here, there's a reason why they're here.
Do you know I was unlawfully arrested and my charges were withdrawn?
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, there you go, buddy. Don't judge.
I don't. That's what I said.
You're right. You did say that. My apologies. And I shouldn't be taking my frustrations out on you.
It took 11 months for his records request to be fulfilled. While he received the arrest report and dismissal, the body cam footage was apparently missing. After emailing the police, they apologized, claiming they had forgotten. When the footage arrived, several minutes were still missing. James pressed harder until they finally sent the full, unedited footage, revealing why these corrupt cops were reluctant to release it.
Alright, I need a property bag. I'm going to try and detach everything here. But,
So, he's selling for harassment or something?
Pay attention next, because the camera we mentioned earlier would come back to haunt these officers.
yeah, okay, serious.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not as far as I'll go. Straight. Unfortunately, this thing fell off. I cracked it.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. This thing just fell off the handle here.
Well, we can just put it in the back.
Yeah. That's my mistake here.
That's okay. Let's go back to now.
Okay.
We'll go from here.
Yeah.
The following is a call between a woman from the Toronto Police Information Privacy and Security and James. Watch as she tries to defend the cops' corrupt actions shamelessly.
There was nothing intentional, nothing was held. That's the copy. No redactions were made except for me. We're the only ones that do the redactions for body-worn camera.
Okay, so just to be clear, you accidentally didn't send me Lamb's body camera footage, and then you sent me his footage.
So the original, so the initial body-worn camera, because there were so many of them, it was just an oversight. It was not attached on purpose. It was just unintentional. It was just missed.
And then how does I just want to know, how does the last 5 minutes of him breaking my stuff, how did that become redacted?
I highly doubt it was unintentional, since the entire case against him up until that point was built on personal anger and grudges, and there was nothing unlawful about James's actions whatsoever.
I did that.
Yeah, you
but
did,
it was
but
not,
why?
But when I did the redaction tools that we use are are very sensitive. Just to give you a heads up, but nothing against you. When I redacted it.
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm listening. Yeah.
Right, sorry.
Yeah.
When I redacted it, I realized that the footage was removed and it shouldn't have been. So I just sent you the wrong copy. Redaction, we do like 3-4 copies of redactions, and we just review them over and over again. And again, it was nothing that was intentional. It's not something that was going to withhold from you. We're fully transparent. We're not going to withhold anything from you if you're entitled to that information. So
she was acting all noble and modest, defending the officer. But little did she know, James was about to absolutely annihilate the cop's credibility with what he said next.
Just wanted to give you a heads up on that.
Savannah, I'd really love to believe that you're fully transparent, but like it just so happened that it was missing, and then it just so happened that it was redacted of him breaking my stuff. Which, by the way, Savannah, you know that he broke my stuff and never reported it? Do you know that they actually documented it, that they received it like that? Can you believe that, Savannah? That's crazy, right?
I can't speak to that, unfortunately.
Of course you can't speak on that, because you have their back. You're going to protect them, and that is why you redacted that footage, Savannah. That's my suspicion, is that you redacted that footage on purpose to protect PC Lamb. You're trying to hide evidence.
They were all teaming up against him. It's almost pathetic that these cops are so insecure that they can't take a single hit on their ego without trying to intimidate civilians back.
Why you tried to do that, I'm not sure. I do not believe that you accidentally did it twice. Okay. I do not believe that. And alright, well, yeah. So you cannot give me the audit logs. You're admitting that you did that. By the way, this call is being recorded. So you admitted that you were the one who did that, quote unquote, by accident, right? Twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Savannah. You know, I don't mean to be rude or standoffish right now, but you know how dirty I've been done by the Toronto police over this matter?
There was no way it was an accident. In the police, a whole coherent organization, there are no such accidents.
And now I have the privacy officer who's supposed to have my back and have full transparency and accountability hiding stuff from me.
Microphone here and your cell phone that won't be with your property.
It's also
when you're released.
Also like a body cam kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay? Because the officer indicated that's going to be seized as evidence.
Battery pack, calm down.
Is it a battery pack?
Yeah, it's a battery pack. Just a battery pack.
You got gloves, lighter, car keys, hat, camera with microphone. 1 mic damage will be seized.
Right, so what did you say with the microphones are damaged? I gave them to you in working order. See, I didn't give that to you like that.
After reviewing the footage and seeing that an officer had indeed destroyed the camera, James contacted his supervisor to see whether they'd tell the truth now or would still lie.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So I understand that you had a bit of an issue with some of your property?
Yeah, I just wanted to know what happened to it, or what.
Okay.
They just told me to call for an explanation.
Okay, I'm just looking here. Okay. Yeah, I did find that one. So what are you inquiring about exactly here?
Oh, one of my microphones was the glass on it was shattered. So I'm just wondering if you guys, when you took it in, was it already smashed or did it smash by accident? That's all I just wanted to know.
So do you have it?
The mic? Yeah.
Do you have the microphone or no?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so according to the notes here, it said a camera with microphones, 1 mic damaged. It was seized originally.
Okay.
Did they give it back to you?
Yeah, I got it back.
Yeah, you got it back. So I guess when it was seized, it was already damaged. Okay. That's what the note says here.
That's what the note says. So it was okay. So when you guys received it, it was already broken.
Yeah, that's what the note says here.
The response he got was absolutely and utterly ridiculous. These cops had shown absolutely no interest in cooperating with James, and now they were going to pay the price.
52 division, correct?
52, yeah. Yeah, this is like the note that the booking officer put in when I guess you were booked in, so he noted that it was damaged.
Okay, can you just read the note, because quotes is verbatim?
No, it says camera with microphones. That's what was in your property. 1 mic damaged will be seized.
Okay, and there was no note of any officer smashing my microphone in the lobby there?
No,
Okay, all right, great, thank you. Have a nice day.
Okay, sir. Take care.
Bye.
James's lawsuit is still ongoing and hasn't reached a conclusion or a verdict yet. The blatant ignorance of these cops was absolutely diabolical. While this was handled, the next veteran auditor really took these clueless cops to the cleaners.
Your hands up against the wall. You're on private property, it's the sheriff's office.
Look at these guys running here. All running in.
Hands up.
I'm not
against the
breaking
wall.
any laws. I'm not. Don't do
here.
it. Don't violate my rights. Excuse me?
Shut up. No, I know who he is. This is Sean Paul Reyes.
In May 2025, well-known First Amendment auditor Sean Paul visited the Ulster County Correctional Facility to exercise his right to film. However, shortly after he entered the premises, an officer quickly approached him.
Who are you, sir?
I work for the sheriff's office.
And your name?
My name is Johnson.
Johnson?
Yeah.
No, Johnson. I don't need any help. Thank you.
Can't be around here, that's all I'm saying.
Why is that?
Because this is a restricted area.
This is a restricted area, a secure area?
Yeah.
How did I get here?
I don't know.
If it's so restricted and secure.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. Deputy Johnson?
No, I'm a correctional officer.
Correctional Officer
Yes.
Johnson. Okay. Yeah. Do you have a badge number or anything like that?
Why do you need my badge number?
Just, I like to know who I'm communicating with, that's all.
605.
Okay, thank you. That's it. My name's Sean.
Well, they said that you were out here walking around.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at the vehicle, yeah. Just taking a look at them.
You just can't be back here looking at the vehicles, though.
Oh, why is that though?
Because it's a restricted area.
But it's not.
The corrections officer was sent out to scare Sean away from the facility, but with no signs indicating the area was restricted, Sean stood his ground and refused to back down from asserting his rights.
Why do you say it's restricted?
Well, you can't be around our vehicles, is what I'm saying.
So your vehicles are restricted?
So, I mean, do you have a purpose for being here?
Well, yeah, I'm taking a look at the vehicles right now.
Why are you taking a look at the vehicles?
I find them interesting. Thought it was interesting to look at, that's all.
All right, so are you done here, or are you going to continue to wander around?
Wander around. I don't think I'm wandering around. Wandering around means like you don't have a purpose or anything. I definitely have a purpose.
Well, you don't have a purpose for being here, is what I'm saying.
But I don't have a purpose according to you.
But you're looking at our vehicles for what reason?
I just told you I think they're interesting and I wanted to look at them.
All right, so are you going to leave, or you're going to continue to stay?
I'm going to continue to stay. Yeah, thanks. So that's Correctional Officer Johnson here.
While Johnson returned, the tyranny was far from over. Another officer soon rushed out with one of the most unprofessional and aggressive responses you'd expect from law enforcement.
Hands up against the wall.
Excuse me, sir?
Your hands up against the wall. You're on private property, it's the sheriff's office.
I'm not breaking any laws. Who are you?
I am the officer working here.
You're going to tell me to put my hands
Put
up
your hands
against
up
the wall.
against the wall.
I am not breaking any laws. You have no authority to detain me. Are you even a deputy sheriff?
Watch, Commander.
Are you a...
More manpower out to where the cars are coming. Right now.
More manpower? For what?
You can't be here filming.
Sir, you seem tired after what you just did, but I'm not a threat, no.
You're not allowed to be here. I'm telling you now, you're going to be arrested. Go up, put your hands on the wall.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to put my hands against the wall because I haven't committed a crime.
You can't be here. Being here is a crime.
No, it's
You see
not.
the sign on the way in?
There is no sign.
There's signs saying this is the law enforcement center.
That doesn't matter. Look at these guys running here. This is not...
I'm telling you.
Watch these cops running like someone shouted free donuts. You'll be shocked to see how these entitled officers tried to gang up on Sean in a blatant show of intimidation.
Hands up against the wall.
Look at these guys. All running in.
Hands up
I'm not
against the
breaking
wall.
any laws. I'm not... Don't do it. Don't violate my rights. There's no signage here. There's no signage. There is no signage. You guys need to calm down. There is no signage. Look when I walked in right here. Look where I walked in with the stairs. Don't touch me.
Signage by the stairs.
No, there is not. No, there is not. There is no signage.
There is signage.
I'm going to prove to you that there's no signage.
And check the signage.
You guys got nothing better to do. Look at you guys. What is wrong with you? There is no sign.
How about if you don't vacate the premises, the patrol division will come over and they'll address the issue at hand.
You have no authority to arrest anyone. You guys are correctional officers.
Just listen to what I said.
He told me to put my hands on the wall. Like you have law enforcement capabilities.
Peace officers.
Doesn't matter. I don't care who you are. You're not allowed to violate the Constitution.
You can't trespass.
You're trespassing.
Where's the sign? Where's the sign? Look, I came from these stairs right here. Look at this. See these stairs? Where's the sign?
Over a dozen officers come rushing out for an unarmed guy with a camera. Wonder how much these desperate cops are scared of accountability.
Okay, this way, buddy.
Where's the sign? I need to speak to a supervisor. Do not touch me. I need to speak to a supervisor. What authority do you have to tell me to put... Shh, I'm talking to the supervisor. Okay? Excuse me?
Oh, there you go.
Excuse me?
Say, shut up. Be quiet.
You don't tell me what to do. None of you tell me what to do. What is wrong with you?
Because you are trespassing.
Are you a law enforcement officer, sir? Okay, I came from this stairway here. Publicly accessible area. There's a public charging station right over there that the public, there's a sign that says it's public. Learn how to read. Let's go look at it. There's a public charging station right here. And this Officer Blum told me, put your hands against the wall. Turn off your recording. I have a right to record in law enforcement and correctional officers.
This was surely one of the most intimidating and terrifying encounters that Sean has had with the police. Finally, an Ulster County deputy arrived on the scene and tried to de-escalate the situation.
How's your day other than this?
I mean, until 20 correctional officers ran outside to tell me to put my hands against the wall, it was going all right. It's a beautiful day here today. Checking out the cars.
Do you understand their concerns, though?
But they could have asked, okay, deputy, whatever concerns they might have, they could ask about their concerns. They don't have to say, turn off your camera, put your hands against the wall right now. They're correctional officers. I'm not an inmate. So this is a public area. There's no signage, as you saw, that this is a restricted area. It doesn't say restricted area, do not enter, nothing like that.
You're right. It does say for public use.
Right, so if the public can be here, it means it's obviously not restricted. But sir, I also have a right to record correctional officers, law enforcement officers. It's called the New York State Right to Monitor Act. There is a law in New York State that gives me the right to record on public property, law enforcement and correctional officers, peace officers. So that's all I'm doing. I'm checking on the cars. I thought it was interesting that they have electric vehicles as cars. And again, he just ran up to me and said, put your hands up against the wall. Instead of asking me, hey, what are you doing? You know, can I help you with anything? Just put your hands against the wall. It's ridiculous. Do you mind if I get your badge number?
Yeah, actually, it's 75.
Okay.
I'll give you what's called a right to know card. I'll have my name on it.
All right, thanks. And your name and badge number, sir?
Deputy Benziger, badge number.
Thank you, Deputy. I appreciate it.
Are you from the area, boss?
No, I'm not from the area. No, I'm just an independent journalist. My first name is Sean, and
You Long Island auditor?
Possibly.
At last, Sean could have a breather and relax with the deputy who recognized him. Unlike the others, the deputies were well informed about the law and handled the situation professionally and patiently.
Now, I'm not blaming you for that, Deputy. I'm just saying that there's a way to handle things instead of telling me to shut the fuck up, put your hands up against the wall. I'm not an inmate here. I'm a free man. I haven't lost my constitutional rights. I deserve to be treated with respect by public servants. I treat public servants. If you've seen my videos, I don't go out of my way to disrespect anyone. I call people by their rank. I don't disrespect anybody. I'm not saying that everybody could be concerned. It's subjective, right? Anybody could be concerned about whatever. I was just explaining to the other deputy here that if they were concerned about people getting reconnaissance, you can get that from Google Earth, right? You can get that from Google Street View. You can get a whole layout of this facility. It's actually 3D printed. I was looking at it before. You know, it doesn't seem rational to me. If this is a restricted area, which I don't know if it is, just they have signs, I see the signs, but I also saw that this is a public charging station and it looks like a civilian vehicle's there charging. I don't know, it's not a county vehicle. Nothing that indicates this would be a restricted area, just stairs going down, right? I mean,
I do not disagree.
Am I wrong? Like,
that's something that needs,
if they don't,
signs were there at one point, I think they got lost in probably a snowstorm or something like that.
You understand where he's coming
from?
No,
I know who he is. This is Sean Paul Reyes. I know who he is.
and listen, man, I don't disrespect. If you know who I am, I don't disrespect people.
That's why I came out here. I just want to see, how it plays out.
I don't do that. But
listen, no, I learned from your stuff too. So I'm like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I watched the videos.
Oh man, you know, and no disrespect towards you guys. It's just that when I got somebody running at me, 20 people running at me, saying, "Put your hands against the wall," and I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute! I know I'm not in a restricted area, at least to my knowledge."
Well, this was quite a fan moment for Sean, as these officers really respected him for his work. He was shortly let go, but instead of calling it a day, he headed over to the law enforcement center to file a complaint against the correctional officers.
Yes, sir. I needed a complaint form. I wanted to see what the complaint process was here for correctional officers, not
for an employee. Okay.
Right. Yeah, no problem, sir. Hey, how are you, sir? Sean, nice to meet you.
So, my understanding you want to file a complaint?
Yes, sir. I wanted to file a complaint.
All right. So, there's a couple ways we can do it. There's a physical form. We also have an app that if you scan the QR code on back here, it downloads the Sheriff's Office app, and you can complete that online and it's submitted.
All right.
I don't know how you prefer to do it.
I can do it online. It's not a problem. Okay. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but as far as filing it online.
So that's me, Sergeant McGuire. That's the case number that's assigned to them going out and talking to you.
Right. And this is, it wasn't, just to be clear, you're a sergeant for the
Road Patrol.
Road Patrol, right. So the officers that I spoke to regarding the Road Patrol, the actual deputies, the law enforcement officers, I had no issues with them. My issues were with the correctional officers. So this would be the same...
It's the same process.
Same process.
You would just, and I wouldn't know specifically only because I've never filed a personnel complaint against anybody here.
Eventually, Sean agreed to file a complaint online, but surely posting the video got a lot of hate against those idiot correctional officers, and they would surely be feeling gassed after watching their faces all over the internet. That incident was a clear police blunder, but the next officers had no idea they were about to be thoroughly humbled by these teenagers.
Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
What crime have I committed?
Sit down.
What crime have I committed?
In June 2023, a gas station employee contacted the Franklin Police Department complaining about a couple of teenagers being loud in the parking lot and blasting loud music.
911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
Hi, I don't mean to waste your time or anything like that, but is there any way that you can put me through with a sergeant? Remember, we asked them to leave. They basically started getting rowdy and stomping their car in the parking lot and shit. I know where the cars leave at too because they like to run their mouth a lot, so I'm pretty sure I have a pretty good indication where they're parked at now.
Okay,
but
what is your name?
We just can't have that here. Sergeant Phillips knows exactly where I am. We're really good friends.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
Hey, I was just on the phone with you. I just got off Phillips. Is there any way you can tell him that this car just literally parked up here without
Okay, slow down. You didn't just get off the phone with me. I'm a different person. What are this in regards to?
I am so sorry. So I literally just got off the phone with a person. They're blaring music and flipping me off, and they're over here with a valve ring right beside the store. I'm not sure if the car's still parked over there because they just turned off their headlights and turned the music down.
All right. Are you able to see them, or they're not in your visual?
I just literally seen their car, because I'm getting out front of the store, and their car is somewhere over there, over there by the valve.
The caller turned out to be a close friend of Sergeant Phillip, and he instructed the officers to be on the lookout for a couple of teenagers. Not long after, police stopped two friends walking down the street who matched the vague description.
What's going on, dude?
What's up?
What are you guys doing? Okay. You want to hang out here for a second?
Why?
Because I want to talk to you for a second.
I committed a crime?
Well, I don't know. Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
What crime have I committed?
Sit down.
What crime have I committed?
You as well. Have a seat.
What's going on?
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
What's going on?
Have a seat.
What crime have I committed?
Okay, so we're investigating a possible crime at Twice Dailies.
Okay.
Where are you guys coming from?
What's the possible crime?
Okay. 453, I'll take a second.
The officer didn't bother investigating as he immediately arrested the teenagers, acting solely on the word of his corrupt superior.
Hands out your pockets for me. How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll wait for my sergeant to show up.
Somewhere to go. Stop. I'm always in a hurry. God damn. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4? 4.
I'm gonna ask you if you can count.
3.
I'm glad.
Oh, that's a crown neck.
I'm glad you did.
That's a crown neck over there. Old one. I got the 4.6 liter. 2 valve.
Why are you handcuffed?
I don't know. I ain't committing no crime.
Why are you being detained?
That's a great question.
What's the issue here?
Well, you tell me. Why we got a call for you guys?
We were just walking. We didn't do nothing.
For what?
This is a public sidewalk. I ain't committing no crime.
We're on public property and we're walking.
Okay, that's great. If it's determined that you're not the 2 juveniles we're looking for, you'll be free to go. Okay, but right now we have a call for service.
Yeah, but a call doesn't mean nothing. What have you investigated?
Okay, you're not going to tell me how to do my job and my law.
Well, you're not doing it right because I ain't committing no crime.
How old are you? How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Okay, good for you. Well, when you're an adult, you talk to me about adult things, but right now...
I don't ask questions.
Okay, it's not a question, it's a statement. You watch way too much TikTok and YouTube, don't you?
What you talking about? Always wrong to know my rights, I guess.
I'm not questioning you, I'm just explaining things, but you're going to be a wise guy. Don't really care.
I guess knowing your rights is being wise.
You asked the question, I tried to answer it, but you're going to be a smart guy at little.
These young men showed remarkable knowledge about the law and didn't give up their constitutional rights even under pressure. Shortly after, Sergeant Phillip arrived on the scene.
Where's your car?
Honest questions.
You don't answer questions? How old are you?
Honest questions.
Looks like a juvenile to me, right?
What crime have I committed?
Oh, you're already in handcuffs. Perfect. How old are you?
Honest questions.
All right. There you go. Under arrest.
For what?
Suspicion of curfew. Until we prove who you are.
Suspicion of curfew?
Yeah.
What even means suspicion of curfew?
Yeah. You look like you're underage.
So if I told you if I was 21, then it'd be okay.
Then I asked for your ID.
Well, what crime have we committed?
I just answered
it's
that.
It's not a stop and ID state. Yeah, Tennessee's not a stop and ID. You can't just go to someone and say, oh, you just look a certain way, so we can arrest you.
With no real grounds for arrest, the officers resorted to a weak excuse, claiming the teens were out past curfew, a minor violation under Tennessee regulations.
You have anything sharp on you?
I do not consent to searches or seizures.
I understand that.
All right, well, you're violating my rights right now.
Okay, I understand.
You have an ID on you? Okay, good for you. You can answer on a juvenile if you're under age of 18.
We're under arrest for being suspicion of...
Never still under arrest.
We're under arrest for being suspicion of...
Never still under arrest.
Oh.
What
does it look like to you? Am I free to go?
You tell me, street lawyer.
Are we being detained? Yes, we're being detained. We have committed no crimes. Guess we don't live in America no more. It's a pure tyrannical state. You must obey the government. You are not free to walk the streets, sir. What are we doing here, officers? What are we doing here?
We'll let you know. We're the ones that are in charge right now.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
They're just good detainers. You're wasting my time. I ain't breaking no law.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat, man.
Let's go. Have a seat next to your friend right here.
Oh,
there you go.
They're getting physical.
Listen.
But shortly after, the officers forcefully checked their IDs, only to discover both of these boys were of legal age. With their only justification for the arrests now invalid, they should have been released immediately. But instead, the officers doubled down and continued their abuse of power.
I'm helping you down.
Sorry, man. I got bad legs.
Okay, I'm helping you down, so... oh my God.
Dude, he's got a hernia. You gotta wash out, bro. You got medical conditions.
Okay. Good for you guys. Yeah.
Somewhere to keep. I'm always in on her.
We'll get another full FIM for the harassment call from there. We can prove they're overage and they can go on.
So we haven't broken any laws, is what I'm hearing?
You do realize that while you two guys are screwing around wasting our goddamn time,
I'm not doing nothing. You came up to us. We was minding our own business.
I just got off a long shift and I'm trying to go for a walk. Okay, so go home and stop bothering people because
we're not bothering
you're wasting our time.
Why do you think we're back here? Well, you're not, because your car is illegally parked on somebody's private property that's closed because you were just in your car. You understand how easy this would have been had you just answered my questions in the first place?
That's the thing, though. I live in America. I don't have to bow down to everything y'all say. I don't got to do whatever you say. I'm a free citizen. I am breaking no laws. I'm a free citizen.
Well, playing loud music and showing someone the one-finger salute doesn't warrant an arrest, and these guys should be let go. But the sergeant remained fixated on his friend's complaint, letting personal ties override proper conduct.
Are we free to go?
Nope. That's why handcuffs are on you.
They violate no rights. I feel as though my rights are being infringed upon.
I don't mean to be rude, but like, do you guys have like medical, psychological problems and like that?
I actually have a hiatal hernia. It's severe.
No, like anything that would like actually make you guys act so strange and
I don't know. I just work a lot, so I like to take walks at night.
Okay.
Get outside, you know, since it's a free country, and I figured I could walk on public roads. I didn't know that'd be an issue.
It is when you commit crimes part of this, but
what crime though?
Harassment.
Harassing who?
A gas station employee.
When?
Okay.
What evidence do you have?
Okay.
Exactly. That's what I thought.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, they're gonna talk to the clerk right now.
I
I don't answer questions.
Okay. Well, maybe you should act like you're 20 instead of 12.
Hey, bro, I don't know if, like, you don't have, like, the proper authority at home. So, like, you, like, pent that up inside. And then you put on a uniform and then you walk around.
No,
you don't know nothing about me.
I don't. But so far, I don't like any of it.
I don't like you either.
That's cool.
I wasn't bothering you. You came up on me.
Well, we got a call for service.
Okay, a
based
call
on
don't
your
mean nothing.
description. Yes, it does. Gives us probable cause to detain you.
That's
and maybe you need to do a little
what
research
crime have you
before you
witnessed?
spout your mouth.
You haven't witnessed no crime. I ain't commit no crime. Anyone calling to say anything, that don't mean nothing.
It's absolutely crazy how these tyrants can get off with such a clueless and false arrest. They even attempted to search the teen's car, desperate to find anything that could justify their actions.
Crime is that you're wearing mismatched socks, and the fact that you two have been rambling here for the last
Nah, the real crime is that you came over here to detain me when I did nothing wrong.
I'll give you
searched me.
The real crime is you're wasting everybody's time.
You wasted my time. My time more valuable than your time.
It's not, because
you on the clock and you violate my rights.
The public pays for us to service them, and when you two
and you're not servicing no one. Who you
tax
servicing?
money.
Who are you
pay a lot of
servicing?
tax money working at Costco.
Who are you servicing?
It's still tax money.
Who are you servicing?
America thanks you for your service at Costco. Okay?
America doesn't thank you for your service. You're a disgrace.
I don't work at Costco. Well, one of you does. Your little name tag right there.
Little name tag. They got a belittle, man.
Well, it is little, so.
Hey, bro, that's why that might be what she says to you. But I know what she said to me.
You know, people at Costco make like, what's his name?
What's your boyfriend? What's his name?
What's 60 to 100K a year at Costco? What's that? You know they make like 60 to 100K a year at Costco if you're there for a while. Well, money's not the point. The point is that we're here. Like, hear that?
Well, you talk about the taxpayer money.
They're servicing the public. Fire department's going to a call right now.
Yeah, and you know why no one hates the fire department? Because the fire department's
to make adult decisions.
To walk up the side of the road.
Walking on the sidewalk is not illegal.
Is that not an adult's decision to make? As adults, we don't have the decision to make the walk on the sidewalk.
I guess being a free citizen is no longer a thing.
Seems like we're in a kind of tyrannical state right now, since we in handcuffs are walking on the side of the road.
Do y'all body camera?
I don't answer questions.
Nah, but you got to.
I don't answer questions.
Nah, you got to.
Name and badge number? Name and badge number? Is it not in your policy?
No, you have to do it now.
Okay, so you're violating two of our rights and you not following policy. Is that what I'm heard?
Correct.
Sergeant Phillip tried to track down his friend to back up the complaint, but when he couldn't find him at the gas station, he had no choice but to release the teens.
We'll cut you out of here because we now know that you're not out after curfew, but you are banned from the dailies. You over harassing the clerk. That's the reason we got out with you as well. Because he asked you to leave and you gave him a bunch of lip and stuff like that. Oh, any other questions?
No, sir.
How about you?
Name and badge number?
Phillips, 925.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you dismissed.
Wishful thinking. Freaking fry. Yeah.
Oh, that look balls.
After keeping them in handcuffs for 30 minutes, the officers finally let them go without so much as an apology. A complete waste of time, resources, and taxpayer money. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today, we witnessed officers getting exposed and humbled by sharp, well-informed auditors who knew exactly how to hold them accountable. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and stay tuned for what's next. Like this next video, which is just as intense, if not more, so make sure to check it out right here.